正確な立ち筋で打ち込めるようになってきた。
こいつ止めやがった。
この後はもうぐったぐだのぐっちゃぐちゃ。
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this man Tanjiro was fighting for his life this episode. This man had literally no choice but to face his Opps this episode, honestly. Like, I thought this episode was gonna be about Iguro and facing him, but nah, this man also had to face, what's this guy's name? Shinazugawa or whatever? I'm just gonna call him the Wind Hashira, honestly. Like, his name is too complicated to say. But I was out here thinking, okay, Iguro's giving him a tough time. This is like the first time Tanjiro's really struggling with training, really have to try put in some effort to learn something new, and his training made a lot of sense too, like using Tanjiro's personality, using his concern and worry about others against him in the midst of battle. That's basically like the best training he could get right now, because honestly with Tanjiro, when he's just fighting by himself and just fighting one-on-one, like he's so free, he doesn't have to worry about anything, he just goes all out. But once someone else is involved in the fight and he has to worry about another person, that's when he basically gets nerfed. So him training that muscle of fighting with others around, of course he's been doing that in the previous seasons, but constantly training that as they face stronger and stronger opponents will definitely help Tanjiro a lot. Because look at this, look what they got Tanjiro doing right here.
話にならん。
Like, this man was so worried about hitting any of his Demon Slayer court members that was like the slowest you probably ever seen him swing a sword ever in your life. And this man Iguro was not letting up. He was like, you know what? Since you're so scared to hit somebody, alright, fight me while you dodge your teammates. Let's see what happens. And this made it a very interesting training for him. Like something he could actually improve on. And damn, it took him like 4 days, which is by far the longest. I think everything else, it took him like a day or two. But one thing I gotta say, right? After this man was able to start adapting to the situation and actually have a sparring battle with him.
イグロさんの攻撃を避けて自分の方からも攻撃できる。イグロさんの羽織の裾を切った時、訓練終了と言われる。
The fact that like all he had to do was just cut a piece of his clothing to move on to the next person, that's kind of wild to me. Like that's what I noticed too with the Hashiras. It's like once Tanjiro showcased the ability of starting to get adjusted to a skill that he's learning, that's when you want him to move on. Like you don't even wait for him to even like, I guess, get any better and master the skill at all. This might not be for the others, but at least for Iguro and the Wind Hashira or anything like that, it feels like the case is like, cool, like I'm gonna teach you this skill and all, but there's no way I'm about to let you master this and even make you feel like you have a chance to be better than me or be stronger than me like at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? That's what it feels like to me, because there's no way that's all he has to do to move on. Like, but even if it's Iguro's ego that let him move on or anything like that, like we come to realize this man Iguro don't even have any hatred towards Tanjiro for real, because we did not see true hatred yet. This Wind Hashira has true hatred for Tanjiro. And honestly, vice versa. Like this man Tanjiro kept receipts. I may remember what he did to Nezuko.
ご無沙汰しています。今日から訓練に参加させてもらいます。よろしくお願いします。
調子乗んなよ。俺はてめえを認めてねえからな。
全然大丈夫です。俺もあなたを認めてないので、禰豆子刺したんで。
いい度胸だ。
Nah, imagine being told like I don't respect you at all by a person who's like literally smiling in your face. Like they try to do it in the most kindness, most positive way you could ever hear those words, and they just proceeds to walk by you. Like like don't let the personality fool you. Like this man Tanjiro stands on business. He keeps receipt. Like he knows who he could be cool with and who not to be cool with. Tanjiro basically told him like, yeah, like I ain't cool with you, I'm just like using you to get stronger for real, just to improve my skills. Like I don't really care to be your friend end it all. Like, just help me be stronger, and then that's it. Like, could be done for business. But nah, this Wind Hashira took that personally, because look how this man been treating Tanjiro during this training. Like, for real. Watch this.
一瞬でも気を抜いたら大怪我して治療に逆戻りだ。はは。初日でこれはまずい。
Like, that's wild. He didn't even give him a backhanded slap. It was a backhanded fist. That's crazy. But his training is so crazy. Like, what is this? This man basically saying like, okay, like all y'all just have to fight me. Like, just try to do something to me, honestly. Like, the mission of this training arc is to fight back. I'm gonna come at you relentlessly, and all you have to do is just fight back. Use their instincts, I guess. I guess this is more of like an instincts type of training that kind of mimics like a real battle. Like, this is basically a sparring 1v everybody else. Almost like he's basically saying like, okay, I'm upper demon, what are you guys gonna do against me? And they're just getting annihilated. But one thing we learn, yeah, he hates Tanjiro, but I think he hates his brother even more, because this man does not acknowledge him as his own brother. This man Genya is going through it. All he wants is his love, his support from his brother, but nah, he ain't getting that. Not at all. Telling him to quit the Demon Slayer Corp and all that, that's crazy. But I didn't even know that this man had no breathing technique. Like, I could have sworn he was using some last season, but I guess not. This man was just spamming his demon slaying gun. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where he got that from and who invented that. Maybe that's why he got it, is because he can't use any breathing technique. But the thing is, if that's the case, why don't they just have an army of people using the Demon Slayer gun or whatever you call it? You know, like, they could just give it to the average civilian, and then they could somewhat stand a chance against a demon. But here's the crazy part. Here's what actually got his brother's attention.
俺鬼を食ってまで戦ってきたんだぜ。
今なんつった？てめえ鬼を食っただと？
いやいや
Like, this man was ready to blind his own brother after he said those words. Like, I know later on he said, oh, it's illegal and everything like that, but I wonder why. Because it seems like he's not the first person to try eat a demon. And based on last season, it didn't take him that long to control it a bit. And it seems like Genya was able to transform himself into a demon, part demon, I should say. So I wonder who taught him that, or even told him about this ability to do this. Or maybe he ate a demon by accident, and that's what even allowed him to do that, and then someone taught him. I don't know, but I gotta see the backstory about that, cause how this man with no breathing techniques eat a demon? Like, the demon must have been dying already, and he just like ate it before it turned into dust. Cause there's no way he was like, you know what, I got no techniques, let me just eat it. Maybe he does have a technique. His technique is like some type of like, I don't know, gut, stomach, whatever, chewing, breath technique, whatever. But there definitely gotta be more details about that, especially after seeing it last season. Because honestly, I'm shocked that there's not a Hashira with like a part demon ability in them or something like that, you know, that is not the same as Genya. And I'll say this too, like, one of my theories is probably like Genya, since he consumed a little demon blood in him, he probably is much closer to obtaining a demon crest than any other Hashira potentially. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it's called demon crest. But you know what I'm saying? Yo, speaking of demon crest, this is a little off topic, but I wonder if because Tanjiro has the mark and everything, that's the reason why Nezuko did not fully turn into a demon, or I should say fully be under Muzan's control. I wonder if that's the case, because I remember how the mark is like AoE, it can activate and affect others. I wonder if it affects Nezuko, or maybe it's the case where he never had her, never activated until, well, yeah, it never activated until season 2, but maybe he always had it in him since season 1. Just a little theory. But now, after this incident with his brother and Tanjiro, I realized this Wind Hashira does not care about training nobody for real. Like, at least Iguro kind of cares, but this man does not care at all. He just wanna smoke anybody in his way, honestly. And I'll say this too, I think the fact that they haven't really been able to resolve this conflict between Tanjiro, Genya, and the Wind Hashira, since it's just been like a suspension and Tanjiro was just forced to move on. I think this is gonna impact like a future battle against an upper demon. Like, it's gonna be the two brothers against a demon, or maybe even Tanjiro's there, and then because their chemistry is not right, because they have some animosity, he's gonna cause some crucial mistakes that gives the demon an upper hand. But I already know that's what the writers is gonna do. They're gonna at least have the two brothers fight a demon, and they're gonna have to resolve their issues like mid-fight. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But now let's talk about this part right here.
神道滅却すれば火もまた涼しい。ようこそ我が修行場へ。
This man is overpowered. I seen it in the title preview for the next episode. I think it says, it either said the strongest demon slayer or training with the strongest demon slayer, something like that. But I knew it. I think I said this, what is it, my episode, I think it was my last episode review video. But I knew this guy was the strongest. From the moment this man was speaking about the training arc and everyone listened, when everyone was arguing and he just like clapped his hands or whatever, and everyone just stood still and hear what he had to say, I knew from that moment on, he's the one. He's that dude. He's that guy. But I wonder what makes him the strongest, or what he went through in his life. I wonder if he faced any upper demons or anything like that. I'm just curious to know his backstory, honestly, because I already see based on his training is all about, I was gonna say adapting to any situation, but it's like being comfortable at any situation. Honestly, just being comfortable at any circumstances that comes your way. If you have to stay underneath a river for a long period of time, you could do it. If you have to stand around fire for some time with logs on your back, on your shoulders I should say, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? It's about being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I'm assuming his next training, or I should say his last training, because I believe this is the last one, right? This should be the hardest one for Tanjiro, so I wonder what type of difficulties he's gonna go through. But at least we see Zenitsu and Inosuke is with him, so he got some backup. He ain't gonna be the only one that is there to shine, or at least it shouldn't be that way. But yeah, you let me know what your thoughts are on this episode. I didn't even talk about the whole stretching and how this man Tanjiro went through ballet practice and learned how to do the splits for the first time. But I have to admit, stretching is no joke. Like, flexibility is no goddamn joke, for real. So far, I would say Iguro gave him like the best training he could have gotten so far, even if he was like in hater mode. But man, that man is not a hater. This Win Hashira is truly the hater in this whole show. But yeah, you let me know your opinions down in the comment section down below. There's only 8 episodes and we're in episode 5, I believe. So I think after the next episode, we're probably gonna see like a demon that they have to face or something like that. What do you think is Tanjiro's final trial, like his final training, gonna be like? And what I mean by is, I think after he faced this guy, well, I think after he goes through the training with the strongest dude, I think he has like one more thing he has to do. I think that's gonna be the case where he has one more thing to do before he truly completes his training arc. But yeah, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.